Hello and welcome again to Rich's Home Mechanics, the site dedicated to the home mechanic like me who likes to do stuff themselves or learn as they go along. Today's job is going to be removing the dreaded lock nut. Let's see how we get on doing this job on this Nissan Qashqai. Okay, we need to get this locking wheel nut off here. How are we going to get this off? The scenario, you've got a puncture. You need to change your brake pads, or you need to service the back, or you need to change a tyre. And we've got a dreaded lock nut on there, and we've lost the locking wheel nut. How are we going to get this off? Well, I found a way to do it, and it works for me. I know there's plenty of videos out there of different ways of showing it, but this particular way works for me. Let me run you through the very basics of the locking wheel nuts which you get. There's two sorts of locking wheel nuts that I know of. The standard one, like that, and the one that has a ring that sits over it like that. It's a spinning ring. Basically, with the standard ones, which is one of these, the little T-leaves cottoned on that if you whack a socket over it, tight socket, slightly smaller than this, that'll undo, they'll nick in your wheels. So the industry come up with what they call locking wheel nuts with spinning rings on them, like that. So basically, you've got a ring like that sits on it, like so. But if you whack a socket over that, this spins, so you can't actually undo it. So the scenario is, how are we going to get this locking wheel nut off with a spinning ring on it without a key? This is how I do it at Rich's Home Mechanics. Basically, the ring will be on there like that, and what you need to do, I resort back to the good old-fashioned cold chisel, and the good old faithful club hammer. What we need to do, we need to convert this locking wheel nut which is on there now, which has got a spinning ring, to a standard locking wheel nut. So you ask yourself, how do I do that? And this is how you do it. We need to break this outer ring off. There are many ways to do it, but the way I found to do it, that most people can do with basic hand tools, is you get a cold chisel, you get it just under there, but before they go there, one important step. If you value your alleys, put masking tape all around the inside where you're working, because if the chisel slips, you've got half a chance of protecting your rim. Just a little bit of advice. Spend 5 minutes just taping up inside there, protect the rim, protect there. So when you bolster, and if it does slip, you're not going to damage your rim. That's why. Anyway, get my old bolster. I get it on the edge of the ring, and I went bang, bang, wallop. And on the ring, I managed to make a little lip. Now, this is too big to go any further, because you can see some of these are quite tight to get in there, and I don't want to damage the thing. So I converted to a very small, I sharpened the end on my grinder chisel. Now, because I've made a knock in it, a little lip, I can then get underneath it. So I went bosh, bosh, whack, literally over 3 or 4 hits, bang, and hey presto. Doesn't do it all the time, might take a few minutes, but perseveration, and hey presto, we have a broken ring. Now that now goes in the bin, and what we've got left with is a standard locking wheel nut. Presto. So now you can either put your standard socket on it or crack it off, or we can do another stage and we'll go there next. I'm fortunate enough to find this in the garage. I couldn't remember, but I thought I had it, but I bought it for a job. I had a broken stud, and I bought this set and from Machine Mart, and it got me out of trouble. So I thought, hey, this might do the job. Let's have a look what it is. Let's do a close-up. Good make, Irwin. Can't knock that. I've had drills and all bits and bobs, spade cutters. Anyway, these are what they call left-handed thread sockets. If you look closely at them, can you see it's like a corkscrew? Now these are designed to work by going left hand like that. So basically they're designed to undo bolts or nuts that you can't get out. So if you've got a nut and it's your spanner's spinning on it and you can't get it off, you get this little beauty, you whack it on there, bosh, bosh, bang, not too hard. You get your lovely breaker bar and you crack it off. The beauty of these little beauties is when they're on, let's have an example here, when you whack them on, say that was on there, as you undo it, which will go like that, as it's undoing anti-clockwise in this particular case, it's left-hand thread, so it's actually doing the opposite that you want it to do. It's biting into the top of that locking wheel nut, or bolt, or stud, whatever. So the more you pull it to undo, the more it bites onto it. And hey presto, I boshed it on there, got my breaker bar on, cracked it off nice and slow. Some people might say, oh, you want to use an air tool. Yes, you can use an air tool on it, but I always find I still revert back good old faithful standard tools. You've got more control on this. If an air tool spins it off, it could spin off and all scratch your alleys. With this, I've got more control. You can use an air tool, I've got air tools, but I still revert back to hand tools. Got more control. Anyway, there we go. So we've got the ring off. We've converted that back to a standard locking wheel nut. We've put the socket on and we span it off. And hey presto, here's one I've done earlier. We've got rid of it. Now if you can see, whoops, if you can see there, see how it's damaged it? Not worried about that because I'm going to replace the standard nuts. So that's going in the bin. So it's as simple as that. This took me 3 minutes to do. This took me 3 minutes to do. Easy, isn't it? Easy, you know, if it goes okay. So we're going to put the nut back on. A little bit of copper grease. Going to blow it out. A little bit of copper grease. I've already done it. You want to put copper grease on your threads and around the hub there because it makes it easier to get the wheel off and nuts off later. You only tend to do it on smaller vehicles. You wouldn't do it on a big van. They shouldn't be copper greased up. But small cars, light vans, you can do it. And then we go bosh, 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 screw it up. There's one more thing I'd like to show you when I'm doing up any scenario like this, if you're using a breaker bar or even a spanner, but normally on a breaker bar, is when you're cracking it up, right? Now I've got a big breaker bar here. I don't need much leverage. Look, that is tightening up, right? This is a 3-foot breaker bar, right? So when you're breaking the bar up, when you're doing up, don't put your hands underneath. I'd obviously be standing the other side like this, but don't put your hands underneath because if that goes down, slips, bang, you're going to cut your hand. Put your hands on the top and then just grip it around the top and go like that. Look, there you go. Because if that falls off, you ain't going to hurt yourself. So that's just a little tip. So anyway, we're going to crack it down to there. Now, that's nice and tight. I take it off and I'll give it one more little crack. Here we go. Look, you'll feel it. You'll get, with experience, you'll get used to this. Don't over tighten it. Don't under tighten it. Now I know that ain't going nowhere. The bar's starting to bend. I don't want to do it no more because they're only little nuts. Job done. And there we are. We can now work on this car to our heart's content. While I was here, I've done all the others, got the others done. So now this car's got no locking wheel nuts. That is what I'm aiming for. That is the name of the game. So if I need to get this wheel off, whether it's a puncher, service or brake pads, whatever. So that is how Richard at Richard's Home Mechanics gets the dreaded spinning locking wheel nut off. I hope that helps someone out there. I just hope it helps one person. I've achieved my goal on Richard's Home Mechanics. Anyway, until next time, there's plenty more videos to come. We'll catch you again on Richard's Home Mechanics. Keep on mechanicking and happy mechanics. Take care. See you soon. Bye.